Just imagine you're going to give one tweet about the concluding remark. What would that tweet be? Let's say 30 seconds. One tweet. So Daniel, maybe you can go first since you have to run, right?
Um,
One tweet.
yeah,
Don't keep it
my
long.
tweet
Don't do
would
two
be
tweets.
BRI faces new challenges, but it is too big to fail. How's that? That's pretty good, no? I'm not
Yeah,
even a master tweeter.
yeah,
Faces
great,
new
great,
challenges, but it is too
great
big to
tweet.
fail. A paradox of our time.
Mine will be that the BNI is crossing the river but touching the stone.
Totally agree.
It's a Chinese proverb. Is that the China has no specific plan, a concrete plan implementing everything. But what China has to do is it's like the reform program starting from 1980s. It's Deng Xiaoping said we have no experience, then you just cross the river using your foot to touch the bottom. Okay, so gradually you cross the river by solving all the problems. So I think that BNI is crossing the river by touching the stone.
I think that's great. All I'll say is I would be wary of these big civilizational narratives of like China versus the West, because that's not really how capital works. And we need to follow the money to understand BRI.
And how about Clara, since you're the chair, one tweet? My one tweet first is that we need to have another panel discussions on this. There's so many topics that we haven't addressed. We'll organize another event. That's my one tweet. So now, Clara, your one tweet. And after that,
sorry, no, just that sounds great. And thank you for inviting me to give one tweet. I actually, rather than a tweet, would encourage everyone, or maybe even for the further discussions, to integrate a little bit more the perspective of the countries that are going or potentially going to be further members of the Belt and Road initiatives. Because my special area would be Latin America, of course. So I am fascinated by all these potential member countries that have not signed any agreements yet with the Belt and Road initiatives, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, etc., but are very fruitful candidates for this initiative. So that would rather be my claim rather than a tweet. Yes. That would be
Could I make a cultural comment on Professor Lee's excellent use of this metaphor? Now, when I crossed the river, I was so fascinated. You thought your foot helps you find your way. I think when I cross the river, when I actually in the river, I look for the stones with my hand to steady myself as I cross the river. So you can use both your foot and your hand, but it's very interesting what I said to myself, yes, why couldn't a person just look for a path between the rocks and the river to navigate? On the other hand, I feel that I was going to touch the stones because if it wasn't too deep, and get the balance and find my path through the river by touching the stones, literally with my hand. So it's just a cultural anecdote to what you said, made me think. Thank you.
Thank you too.
So thanks for all the panelists and especially Clara for chairing this panel. So I think now we reach the end.